Since Latrobe, Aaron Rodgers reveals the moment Pat Freiermuth finally delivered for the Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers' 26-24 win over the Baltimore Ravens was anything but comfortable, but it secured the AFC North title and a home playoff game on Monday Night Football. Pittsburgh needed every ounce of resilience it had, surviving a missed game-winning field goal as time expired and overcoming a tense back-and-forth battle that saw 23 of its 26 points come in the second half. While much of the post-game discussion focused on the Ravens' final miss, the Steelers' offense deserves real credit for finding answers when it mattered most. One moment in particular stood out, and according to Aaron Rodgers, it was something the team had been working toward for months. During his post-game press conference, Rodgers offered a revealing confession about tight end Pat Freiermuth, shedding light on a concept that had been installed all the way back in training camp but had rarely surfaced during the season. "There are some things that happened in the game that we've been trying to get to the entire season that hadn't really shown up," Rodgers said. Like Pat Freiermuth, on the second-to-last drive, had a big double-up stutter down the middle completion. We've been talking about that thing since Latrobe and haven't really had a lot of opportunities, but he ran just an absolute beautiful route that kind of set us up. That single quote explained both the patience and the frustration that surrounded Freiermuth's usage throughout the 2025 season. A long-awaited connection. For much of the year, fans and analysts questioned why Freiermuth wasn't more involved as a vertical threat. His skill set as a seam-stretching tight end and red zone weapon is well known, yet his targets often felt limited or shallow. At times, trade speculation even surfaced, driven largely by his modest stat lines rather than his actual impact. Against Baltimore, though, the moment finally arrived. On a crucial 3rd and 8 late in the game, Rodgers delivered a strike to Freiermuth between the hash marks for a 31-yard gain, the longest play of the afternoon for Pittsburgh. The catch moved the ball down to the 5-yard line and directly set up a touchdown that gave the Steelers a 20-17 lead. Without that conversion, the outcome of the game could have been very different. A stalled drive likely would have forced Pittsburgh to settle for a field goal or attempt a risky 4th down play. Instead, the execution was flawless. The route, the timing, and the trust between quarterback and tight end all aligned at the perfect moment. Freiermuth finished the game with 3 catches on 5 targets for 51 yards. While those numbers won't jump off the stat sheet, his impact was undeniable. One play changed the game and potentially the Steelers' season. Why Freiermuth matters. Going forward, Rodgers' comments were telling not just because of what Freiermuth did, but because of how long the team had been waiting for it to happen. Concepts installed since Latrobe don't accidentally show up in high-leverage moments. They appear when trust is fully established and timing is precise. That trust will be critical moving forward. The Steelers now turn their attention to the Houston Texans, a defense that has consistently disrupted elite offenses with speed, physicality, and discipline. Houston's ability to compress the field and take away perimeter routes makes production over the middle essential. That's where Freiermuth becomes especially important. If the Texans can focus solely on defending the outside, Rodgers' job becomes significantly harder. A tight end who can threaten linebackers and safeties down the seams forces defenses to stay honest and opens everything else up. Everyone has to contribute in January. Pittsburgh opens the wild card round as a 2.5-point home underdog, a clear indication of how much respect the Texans' defense commands. But if the Steelers are going to avoid another early playoff exit, they can't afford to play cautiously or predictably. Every offensive piece has to contribute. Receivers must win routes, protection must hold up, and Freiermuth has to continue making plays in the middle of the field, especially in critical downs. Sunday night showed what the Steelers can be when preparation finally meets opportunity. A route discussed since Latrobe became a season-defining play. Now, with the playoffs here, Pittsburgh will need more moments like that, executed with the same precision, confidence, and trust. If Freiermuth's long-awaited breakout is just beginning, the timing couldn't be better.